Good morning, cellists. How are you today? I hope you're well. We're going to do a little bit of brain gym, around 25 minutes, and today we are going to be thinking about our eyes and our vision and how that might help us with playing. If you think about when you play the cello, you've got to read music and you have to scan it from right to left, and you also have to move up and down. And if you were playing the piano, you'd have to read two parts at once. And then you maybe in the way you memorize things, you might be trying to remember music by having a visual picture of it, so you have to have access to that. And you probably know that the two eyes don't do the same function. They do a bit of everything, but one eye, usually your left eye, is getting the whole picture of what you're looking at, and then your left eye is, your right eye, sorry, is getting the details, and that's to do with which brain hemisphere that it's attached to. So if you were to look at this little man, for instance, your right eye would be saying, oh, he's got big black eyes, and he's got 5 fingers, I'd be counting, and they're quite pointy, and he's got round feet. And the other eye would be thinking, oh, that's a pink man who looks quite happy, he's got a smile on his face. So that's what we're thinking about with our eyes, and basically you need both to get the whole context of what you're looking at and what you're visually, your internal vision is doing. So, but we're going to start with pace, of course, and that's first of all water. A nice drink of clear room temperature water. Just have a sip. And then we're going to do our brain buttons. So we take a thumb and a forefinger, either side of the breastbone and below the collarbone, and other hand on your belly button. And this gives that a good rub. Maybe for about 15 seconds. Might be a little bit sore on these points, especially if you've had anything to drink last night. A bit of a hangover always makes these buttons sore, so just give them a good firm rub even if they're sore. And swap hands and do the same with the other hand. And the more you rub these, then the less sore they'll get if they were sore. Okay, so that's our brain buttons. That's giving us some clarity in our brain. And now we're going to do our cross crawls. I'll just move this down. Oh, we've got a visitor, look. So we're going to be doing our cross crawl, which is opposite hand to opposite knee. Nice, relaxed. With the knee going straight forward. We don't walk like that. And we don't walk with our hands like that. So it's just nice and relaxed. I'm going to put on a little bit of music. We won't be playing for long. The elbow to knee. A little bit to the side. And smile to the back. Okay, so that's got our two sides of the brain working together. And now we're going to do our hookups, just to relax us and make us ready. So if you cross your ankles in front of you, put your legs out in front, cross your ankles, arms out in front, thumbs down, cross over, and just take nice deep breaths and imagine that you are somewhere very relaxing. If you look at Baru, you can see how relaxed he is. Just get a bit of Baru about you and be chilled. Breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. And close your eyes if you like. And then put your fingertips together, uncross fingertips, another couple of breaths. Good. Okay, we're ready to go. Now, if you want to pause, you'll need to have a bit of music to hand and your glasses if you need them, just to look at the start of this. So if you want to pause and go and find a bit of music, but don't take too long because there's a schedule going on. So the first thing we're going to do is give ourselves a number between 1 and 10. So just take a moment and think, what am I? Okay, so we've given ourselves a number between 1 and 10. I'm probably 5 maybe. And then we're going to just take our bit of music and have a look at it, scan it, and just be aware of how clear the notes are and whether you can spot the accidentals. Just a sort of general feel of how ready you feel to read it. And remember that. And then we're going to do a few other things. So if you just keep your head still and look up with your eyes and see if that's comfortable. Look down to the floor. Look to one side and look to the other side. And then look straight ahead. And in all cases, just think about how it felt. Did it feel tight? Did your eyes feel stressed? Often it's sore or uncomfortable in different directions. And then you're going to sway from side to side. So this balance that we're doing is about the two-sidedness. So we want to just try going from one side and to the other and see if you're going over more to one side and getting out of balance or one or the other, and just take note. Okay, now we're going to do some exercises, brain-gym exercises that help to integrate your eyes together. So we'll start with something called belly breathing. So you're just going to have your hands on your belly and you're going to take a deep breath in, and on the first breath when you breathe out you're going to puff out as if you're keeping a feather moving. So you take a breath in and then you go and then just take some really nice deep breaths where you can feel your belly rising and falling as you breathe. And then we're going to do Brain buttons again, however, we're going to be standing in front of, so I'm facing behind you, there's the wall, and I'm going to have my eyes looking up at the join between the ceiling and the wall, so that there's a line there. So you start with keep your head still, looking up there, and you move your eyes from left to right, and back again while you're rubbing your brain buttons. Just move them maybe 2 or 3 times from one side to the other, keeping your head still while you rub your brain buttons. And then swap to the other hand. And just the same again, eyes moving left to right and right to left. Nice and slowly and as smoothly as you can. And keep your head still. Lovely. Now we have some more of these buttons. We have our earth buttons. So earth goes from the earth up to the ceiling. So you're going to have your 3 fingers in the sort of split in your chin, middle just below your lips, and you're going to put your hand on your belly button, and where your fingers end, just hold that. So you're rubbing the chin and you're holding the other hand, and then you're going to have again keeping your head still, you're going to move your eyes from the floor all the way up to the ceiling, and then back to the floor. Hello, Bruce. And again to the floor and up to the ceiling. And then swap hands. Thank you, Bruce. So again, you're rubbing the hand that's at your chin and holding the other points, and then we go from floor to ceiling, and just straight down to the floor, and then slowly up to the ceiling, straight down to the floor, and slowly up to the ceiling again. That's our earth buttons. Then we're going to do our space buttons, which are the same, only we're now got our fingers above our lips, so 3 fingers above your lips, and this time you're holding the base of your spine, just your fingers there, and this time we're going from the ceiling down to the floor. So put your eyes up at the ceiling and move them slowly down the wall to the floor, as smoothly as you can. And then straight back up, and then down from the ceiling, the floor, and once more, the ceiling, slowly, 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 down to the floor. And then we swap hands, so the other hand above the lips, and then base of the spine, and start at the ceiling, rubbing above your lips, and down, down, down the floor, and back up, down slowly, down slowly, and that's how it's done our space buttons. And then our next one is balance buttons. So you take 2 fingers, and if you take your hair back and behind here, where you can feel this sort of bony bit, and then just below that, in towards your head, there's a sort of dimple, and you're just going to hold that and put your other hand on your tummy. And just think about visual things and integration and being able to see clearly. Then we'll swap hands. Same case on the other side. About 2 fingers in from the back of your ear. Just relax, and you can feel that you're very grounded, balanced. Balances your brain from top to bottom. And our next one is lazy eights. So for this, you're going to have this shape in mind, and you're going to take your thumb round this, just in the air, but it's that shape, and this center piece is going to be right in front of your nose. So you start with one hand, and you start by going up to the left. So you're following with your eyes. You've got your eyes glued to your thumb. And when you cross over the middle, that's the middle of that infinity shape. You go round. You can start whenever you're ready. You're going to do 3 times with your left hand first. And that's 2 for me. And then this is my third. Okay, and then we take the right hand, and we're going to just do the same thing. And go up to the left, keeping your head nice and still. 1. Keep your eyes on your thumb all the way. This is helping our eyes to track together. Okay, and then after 3 with that right hand, you're now going to do both. You're now going to use both. So, that's the 3rd time now. There we go. And what tends to happen with that is you want to turn your head so that your better eye or dominant eye is always in play. So you might be able to do it like that, and then you turn. So just be aware of that when you're doing that another time. So that's our lazy 8, and then the last one is called neck rolls, and it is just looking over one shoulder and taking a breath in, and you just let your head fall like a bowling ball and let it roll around very slowly as you breathe out to the other side. Then take a breath in at the other side and do the same again. Let your head drop forward. And breathe in again. And then put another and go back again. Once more both ways. Breath in, come forward. And then for this last one, if there's any bit that feels particularly tense in your neck, just stop at that point and take a few breaths. I'm feeling a stretch there, so I'm just going to stay here. And then keep going. And then back to top. So that's us finished all the exercises. Now we're just going to do a quick check again of looking up. Feels much better for me. Look down, feel more comfortable. Look right, look left, and then look straight ahead. Do things seem clearer? And then take your bit of music and look at it. Ideally we would have been actually playing, but we're kind of short of time to start doing that. So have a look and see whether you can notice accidentals and whether you feel the scanning of it is smoother. And what I notice when I look at it is that it seems clearer. Maybe because I've got my glasses on. Okay, so I think that's about all we've got time for today. Just have a quick think again about how you feel on a scale of 1 to 10. I think I've gone up from 5 to about 7, maybe, today. So I hope that is helpful when you move on to your lessons or whatever you're having today. So enjoy your day, and I'll see you tomorrow.